Hey guys, today I'm going to be trying the new set at my gym. Spoiler alert, it turns out to be one of the easiest sets I've ever seen, and this is already the softest gym that I've ever been to. So kick back, relax, and get ready to comment V0 in my gym down below. I started off with this purple V2. It starts with a move to an undercling, but after that, it's just a jug ladder. It could probably be a V0, and I don't think anyone would complain. I move on to this gray V3. It looks like another jug ladder. The first hold felt a lot worse than I was expecting. The last move felt pretty big, but the holds are good enough that you can just dynamically stand up and grab it. I move on to this red V4. It starts with a couple of good holds. Then, there are these two slopers in the middle. The last two holds are pretty good. I like this step through that sets you up in a perfect hip position for the two slopers coming up. From the slopers, there's a pretty big move to the next hold. I found it difficult to pull myself into the wall on those slopers, but luckily, the next hold is good. Moving to and from the slopers gave people a lot of trouble, so I could see how this is a V4. I move on to this gray V5. It starts on slots. Then, there are a couple of holds that I've never seen before. Then, there are two jugs. And around the arete, there's another hold that I've never seen before. Then, you have to top out. The slots turn out to be super juggy. The holds that I've never seen before also turn out to be super juggy. I grabbed the top of the last hold, but there's nothing on it, and it's super slopey. I mantle on the jug and get my right knee up. I get a little stuck and decide to bail. It turns out, the last hold is the jug if you grab it properly. Then, you just have to get a high right foot and top out. I just assumed that the entire climb had been way too easy for the last hold to also be a jug. And from the ground, I thought the hold was a sideways sloper or something. Overall, it felt like a V1 or V2 jug ladder with a top out that people seem to struggle with. For this gym, I think it would be closer to a V4 than a V5. I move on to this yellow V6. It's just crimpy dishes and a ladder. It ends by matching on a jug undercling. The first move is easy, but then I get confused. I try to get a high right foot, but I can't catch the edge with my foot from that angle. I try keeping my right foot low, and I'm able to reach the next hold. I get my left foot into the starting dish, and I get the next hold. I get my right foot on top of the starting dish, but unfortunately, I don't hold the next move. I get my right foot in the dish, and I'm able to make the next move. I try getting a high right foot and throwing to the undercling, but it feels really bad. This time, I match on the second to last hold. I try getting a high left foot, but it feels bad. I try to foot swap, but I miss and end up cutting feet. I get my left foot into the dish, and the move to the undercling felt a lot better. This is definitely the easiest V6 that I've ever seen. For reference, here's a V6 using the same holds, but further apart and on a steeper wall. I couldn't even do a single move on it. I move on to this blue V7. The starting hold is pretty good. Then, you go to 2 crimps. Next are 3 small jugs. Then, there are 2 flat holds. There are 2 more crimps, an undercling, and then you finish on a good hold. And finally, there's an optional top out. The starting hold didn't feel big enough for 2 hands. I figured out that I could just hold it with mostly my right hand and start with my left hip turned in. I'm able to get to the first 2 crimps easily, but then the next hold seems hard to get to. I go to the volume on the right, get a toe hook, move my right hand back, and then go with my left hand. When releasing the toe hook, my body swings too far left, and my right hand just pops. I try to go up with my left foot and then foot swap, but my body still swings too far to the right. I try the rest of the climb from there. I'm able to grab the flat hold, but my hips are just way too far from the wall to hang on. Instead of dealing with the toe hook, I try to go for the next hold dynamically. It felt pretty scary for my finger joints though. I come up with this idea to go back to the volume with my right hand so I could release the toe hook. Unfortunately, I dropped the next move a few times. This time, I get the move. I'm also able to grab the flat hold this time. I'm not sure whether the left or right hold is better for the next move. I decide to swap feet and go up to the right hold, but my foot slips. I try a high right foot, but it pushes my hips away from the wall. I use some jugs to climb up and focus on that move. I try the foot swap again, and I'm able to get the next move. Someone told me the last hold is good, so I skip the undercling and just go for it. I think about topping out, but decide to save my energy. Time to try from the beginning. The climb felt super smooth. All the practice on these moves finally paid off. And of course, I just punted on the last move. To be fair, I only did that move once, but the last hold is the best of the entire boulder, so it feels really bad. But now I'll talk about my hangboarding. I hangboard as part of my warm-up, and I'm trying to find the maximum weight that I can hang with for 10 seconds on the 20mm edge. For my first set, I used 17.5 pounds. Each set, I increased the weight by 2.5 pounds. I did 5 sets total, and I was able to hang on with 27.5 pounds for my last set. I want to limit my hangboarding to 5 hard sets per session, so I'll continue increasing the weight next time. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!